worst possible
one
person
that I would hate, it'd be Tom. He'd be the guy that I just
I'm not even going to talk shit. I'm just going to let Tom talk his own shit. This is going way
we're not even really talking at this point.
This is way meaner than anything I would have said.
Hello? Thomas!
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with your hair, you Davy Havoc looking motherfucker?
Oh.
8-Bit Cats. 8-Bit Cats. 8-Bit Cats.
Welcome to the 8-Bit Cat Show, a place where friends geek out over the nerdy things we love, sometimes with cats!
Jesus.
It is an unhappy cat.
That poor kitty.
I'm your host, Stephanie Katz. That was Bailey. This is Zach.
That's me.
We got Peter.
Hi.
And Tom.
I better quit.
What's up?
Jesus.
This is the Emo Edition.
I'll go to the bed.
Go away.
What are we talking about? We're talking about stuff. So we finally finished Willow.
Season 1.
Season 1. Apparently there's going to be 3, or volume 1, because there's going to be 3 volumes. After the whole end thing, it was like, oh, it showed like they were putting a book back on the shelf, and they said volume 2 and volume 3, and then it had like an after credit scene. And I'm like, I don't know if this show really needs 2 more seasons.
I think it should. I think it could still easily stand alone as one season, and if they wanted to do it, pick it up later, they probably could. But I also agree, I don't know if it's absolutely necessary. There were some good parts to it, but it was one of those things. It was one of those. Yeah, they've been trying to make it for forever, but I think the making of Willow on Disney Plus was more overall enjoyable than the season of Willow on Disney Plus.
Yes. I concur.
The making of it was
weird.
actually, even if you don't watch the show, go watch the making of it because it's hilarious. Basically, Warwick Davis pretends to be a huge asshole throughout it, and everybody just goes along with it, and it's kind of great as a running joke throughout the whole thing that apparently Warwick Davis is a huge diva and kind of a prick to everyone, and everyone just kind of puts up with it.
No, he's only a prick to the girl that's like quote unquote taking over for him.
Well, he likes to be hands-on in everything. Oh, they do some really weird, just kind of jokes with it about things that would make no sense. Like he drives everyone else to set for some reason, even though he has to have a special car to be able to drive, and it's just real funny.
He has a special car. Why does he have a special car?
He's a little shorter than the standard vehicle is designed for. You just don't want to be that close to the airbag. That's just very dangerous. You gotta watch out for that.
Right.
Those airbags kill. They save too, but when deployed improperly, it can be very painful.
So does he drive a mini bug, or does it like is it like a little?
No, it was I don't know. It was some British sedan of some type. I don't know.
I think Peter's looking it up.
They filmed in Scotland.
I'm not.
Oh.
I don't know what kind of car he drives.
Tippy
I
Tappy.
just fully disengaged with what was being discussed.
It's cool.
Oh, okay, fine. Then we can move on to
But I
the
will
other
say,
thing that you
yeah.
don't care about.
Overall,
Tom was being a bigot.
Overall,
Everybody's
Willow was okay. If you really enjoyed the original movie, give it a chance.
Zach didn't even.
It's okay.
He just went right past that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and move on from Tom being an asshole and everyone else trying to ignore it. What we were doing was ignoring this.
Humor is funny, okay? I don't mean anything by it. Just humor. What you think I hate little people? Is that what you're saying?
Tom, I've had it up to here with your shit.
Wow. I can't even see that.
Zachary! I want to tell everyone your middle name.
Oh, that's rude.
Well, you better behave.
That just seems like too much information for the internet to have.
Zachary Binks.
First of all, we all know his name's Thackeray.
That's not what the internet says.
Well, the internet is wrong, as we all know, quite often. Probably more often than not. Just overall.
So the other
We
thing...
changed a lot of our appearance.
Peter shaved his jowls. I took off my beard.
Oh shit, Peter, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He cleaned up his face.
He
I
cleaned
didn't
it all up.
even notice. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
You look very distinguished.
Alright. I mostly just did it because it was long and annoying, but I appreciate that.
I was like trying to give you like a compliment without being weird and creepy about it.
You absolutely failed.
I was going to say you were not successful.
Well, I was like,
You were way weirder and creepier about
Here's
it.
the creepy part.
because my brain was like, can I call Peter handsome or would that be weird?
It'd be weird.
Peter's a beautiful man.
How is that weird? How's that weird?
You can call Peter handsome all you want. That is one beautiful SOB right over there.
I think,
Peter,
you know what? I think no
You're
matter.
a sexy man.
We all know Peter's the
Alright,
best looking one
so
on the podcast.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave now.
We all 100% know Peter is the best looking one on the podcast.
The
Come on.
only
So-
compliment that he would accept it is if I'd been like, Peter, you look like dog shit.
That's rude.
And he's like, all right.
I mean, it's an upgrade from horse shit, so.
Is it though?
Peter, did you shave your gels? Because, like, you know, like me, like they were starting to feel like pubes on your face.
I never felt pubes on my face.
I'm not gonna confirm or deny that, frankly. I'm just gonna move on.
That's why I shaved, because it was starting to get a little too coarse, and I was like, these is kind of starting to feel like pubes. I need to shave this down,
You
get
gotta
this
some
nice and soft
conditioner in
again.
there, bro. You gotta get some conditioner.
I do. I condition it all the time, but then I guess like I miss like a day or two, and then all of a sudden it just like starts to feel like just coarse, and I'm just like,
So
ugh.
when I edited
Edited
So
it?
proud of you for being able to use words.
the 50th episode, at the end for our little like ad, I did our origin story because I hadn't posted that one in a while because it was a little long. Do you remember when you just had the mustache?
Mm-hmm.
That was
I miss Tom mustache only.
something else.
I've been asked to get that back, so I might consider it. But I do like my beard. Like right now, I still miss my beard
Aw,
because I look like a child.
you don't. I mean,
I look
maybe
like
if
a little boy.
maybe if you shaved everything. I mean, right now the hair is not helping, but when you have it like nicely just like coiffed back.
Look, don't fucking. You just don't understand, Mom.
You're gonna push him. You're
I'm
gonna push
so
him over
sorry.
the edge, Stephanie. Way to go.
Hold on.
He's
Do I
gonna
gotta
ha-
get my eye covered? There we go.
He's gonna have to write some sort of power ballad to
Like
get
this
over
piece of hair just doesn't want to cooperate, and it's just doing weird things.
I think that's because it's on the back of your head. Like it's all the way back here, so it's like you're trying to push it forward, and it's just not working.
I don't even know what y'all are doing today.
We don't know what we're doing. Do we ever know what we're doing?
Your cat looks like it's about to attack something.
Yeah, it's just
Probably
like staring at
my
something.
face.
She is just.
She's like,
like
Mom,
that
what have you
deadpan
done with
stare.
your stupid hair?
We at least have one here today.
It's like the TikTok where like this woman, she's like sitting there talking, and then all of a sudden there's just this baby in the corner. It's like,
What the fuck is that, Beebs?
Maddie's timer.
Well, it's done.
No, it can burn if she didn't hear that.
Well, hey, I tried to yell. I did my best.
Yeah, Zach is never allowed to shave. I
He's
mean,
not
like
allowed
he
to
can
shave?
trim it down, but he's not ever allowed to like shave.
does his ID, is your ID like all shave or is it with a beard?
It's with a goatee.
Oh, it's with a goatee.
It doesn't
Yeah,
have a
mine's
full
all
beard.
shaved.
It's just the. It's not technically a goatee. It's a Van Dyke, I guess. The goatee is just on your chin. That looks weird.
I still have relatively short hair in my fucking driver's license.
I think I do too as well. Well, I normally do. I actually have my hair longer right now than it's ever been.
That's not true.
Oh, and just a little bit of
Oh, it
hair,
is.
like right here on the chin, nowhere else.
Yeah,
on now.
I can't. There it is.
Ooh, that doesn't even look like you.
Who's that
Yeah,
guy?
that's me. That's me.
That's the problem with our state is they let me just keep renewing it without getting a new photo. So I'm like, this doesn't even look like me anymore, but I'm gonna take it. Ooh, you got one of them tactical wallets?
Yeah, the ones that you can just like flip out your shit.
I'm so happy for you.
You're pretty good at flipping out. That's
Hell yeah. It's the best part. Yeah, this is a fucking train wreck.
Oh, hello.
Always. Mr. Kitty says hello.
Hello.
He can't figure out how to get up in here, but he says hello. Oh, there he goes.
Come here, buddy.
What was next after Willow?
Oh, we were
Bad
going to
Batch.
talk about the other thing that Peter doesn't care about, which is the Bad Batch. So season 2
Did he
started.
stop caring about that?
He stopped caring after what, 2 episodes of the first season?
I think it was like 4.
4?
I didn't get very far in.
I think
Was
again. I think the second half of the first season was also was the better half too. But season.
I mean, at least in season. Sorry.
No, I don't know. Season 2, I guess, has started just recently. They're through 6 episodes, I believe, have aired so far of their planned. I think it's 16 or something like that.
And at least Omega at this point is not useless. Like, she actually has a weapon and can contribute to things.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's intriguing where they're finding their place in the universe, kind of on the run, doing their thing. They've introduced a couple of new characters that are pretty interesting, and they're gonna, well, like all of Dave Filoni shows, which will. I'm trying to set Peter off on a rant. We'll see what happens here.
We almost had him going, and then we were like, "Oh wait, put a pin in it. We gotta save it."
He's doing the
can't
Dave
control
Filoni
these
thing where he
things.
starts bringing in all the characters that he's made up on his other shows and puts them
Oh,
into
his
his new
OCs?
shows. Yes.
Yeah, his original characters,
Yeah,
all that.
all his OCs always find a way to.
That's why
show
Ahsoka's
up
been in
everything.
fucking everything since she
Yeah.
first showed up in the Clone Wars.
Yes.
Random aside,
I don't even
Ashley
dislike
Eckstein's gonna be
Ahsoka.
at Dallas FanCon.
I'm so
Expo.
proud of you. But no, I don't even dislike Ahsoka, but she's been in fucking everything since the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And he does this all the time. He also will randomly try to kill off other people's characters for no reason other than, well, this
Fuck
would be
'em.
a sad moment to kill that guy, so let's kill him. But no, the biggest issue with his stories is that they're kind of always the exact same thing. A character in some position of power is reluctantly taking on a child who they don't really want to look after, but they're going to grow attached to over time.
Yeah, but he's really good at it. He's
Yeah,
really
but
nailed
it doesn't matter how many times he nails that story. I'm fucking tired of seeing it. I don't want that to be the only thing of quality coming from Star Wars.
No, it's not. Have you seen Andor?
I have seen Andor. You know who wasn't involved in Andor?
Dave Filoni.
Again, like I
He
said,
was not,
it's not
yeah.
the only thing of quality coming out of Star Wars anymore.
Yeah, but it was for the longest time.
Oh, it was 100%. But I'm actually kind of excited for the next episode. I read the episode description, the one episode 6 that we haven't watched yet. And yeah, he's doing a full-on Dave Filoni thing, but I'm kind of excited because it's a character I've wanted to know more about.
Who?
And it's
Who?
Gungi, the Wookiee Jedi that we meet as a Padawan in the Clone Wars.
Okay.
And I just want to see more of a Wookiee with a lightsaber. That just seems great. I don't know. We didn't get to see much of him because he was just a Padawan. He's at least a if he's not a knight at this point, well, it's past the Order 66, so he could still be a Padawan. But if he's not at least close to doing his trials and becoming a knight, I would be surprised. He at least gonna have some. I'm gonna be able to be a Wookiee and spin a fucking lightsaber around, and it's gonna be dope.
You know they're probably going to kill him, right?
Oh, most likely, yes.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Wookiees don't fare well in the Empire-controlled universe.
No.
They don't have a good time.
Well, it's also just if a character that wasn't created by Dave Filoni. I don't know if he was or
Gungi
not.
was created by Dave
Gungi
Filoni.
was? But he just has a tendency to kill off random fucking characters.
That's true too, but
Yeah.
he
And that's not something I really. He'll like what happened with the Tales from the Jedi thing.
Yeah.
He'll decanonize novels and shits for the sake of a 2-second little clip. That's fucking stupid.
It was his novel basically too. But,
It wasn't though, was it?
Yeah, technically not.
Yeah.
He wrote
It
the
was someone
outline
else's
for it.
work that he didn't do it himself. He didn't have enough respect for it to actually not trample
Adhere to
over
it,
for a
yes.
2-second clip.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? But no, it's funny that you mentioned that he likes to kill people off because the episode that Gungi was introduced in the Clone Wars, he killed off the 3,000-year-old droid that had helped every Jedi create their lightsaber. Well, he also technically created that character too. And David Tennant won an Emmy for that.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah, he voiced the robot and he won an Emmy for it. But I'm like, there you go. No, if there should be another Emmy winner from Star Wars for this year too. And if Andy Serkis doesn't win Best Guest Star on a series for his work in Andor, I swear to God.
Didn't he? Sorry.
No, they're just about to happen, if I remember
don't know.
correctly.
Award season means nothing to me.
The nominations are out. But the Emmys are really the only ones I still put any stock in. Everything else is bullshit.
Cool.
The Emmys actually grow with the times. The Oscars is just them patting each other on the back, and that's almost as bad as the Golden Globes. The Golden Globes is just an excuse for celebrities to get drunk in public and shake each other's hands.
Isn't that what they do at all award shows?
No, that one specifically, they sit at tables and drink the entire time. The Academy Awards is actually apparently extremely boring and sucks to go to.
Oh.
My opinion, Hollywood sucks.
Well, in general, they've got a rough go of it recently, and forever.
And forever. Okay.
But also recently.
I mean, has the show Bad Batch at all broken away from that same formula that he always does?
On this one, it seems like it's going to be a little bit more about the child in the scenario gaining their independence from their new pseudo father figure.
Yeah, that's not different.
It's not necessarily different. No, it's just
that. Yeah, it's not even really. I mean,
but no,
that was why I was glad Grogu was written out of Mandalorian at the end of season 2, and it's why I was so mad when it came right back in a different show. Like, it's, oh, cool, so you're refusing to move beyond this one dynamic that you know you can write. Can you write a different dynamic? Because I'm starting to think you can't.
Oh, no.
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, no.
But I mean, that was Ahsoka's entire arc throughout Clone Wars, was to break away from Anakin.
But yeah, that's where we're getting in Clone Wars. So yeah, for you, I don't think there's going to be much deviation from what you've seen in the past, as far as overall character development.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about this show a lot before. It was already from the get-go not what I was hoping it would be, with them not joining the Empire and instead going on the run the whole time.
Though it has been intriguing because they keep going back to the storylines because the sniper, Crosshair, he is still with the Empire, and there's been a couple of. There was actually a really great scene with in one episode he goes under on a special mission underneath Commander Cody, and like they have some really interesting dialogue about like other clones that are even past Order 66 now have started questioning that order. Some of them are defecting, things are doing stuff like that, and so it's giving you some weird, interesting stuff about the dynamics of the clones in the Empire. And then Cody helps him do some stuff. Then Crosshair follows orders, and then the very next day, Cody has gone AWOL and kind of shit like that too. So it's really kind of interesting because he's still doing the whole hardcore good soldiers follow orders thing like that, and it's pretty. That dynamic is pretty interesting because all the new stormtroopers hate all the clones, and the clones think the stormtroopers are pieces of shit, and it's a weird, interesting dynamic. And I'm glad that they're delving into it a little bit, but I'm with you on the original concept of it, that I would have been interested in seeing more of that the whole time, and that being kind of the dynamic of the show. But it's been nice, at least they're giving us some little glimpses.
Yeah, I guess. Here, have a sprinkling of a thing that's interesting, and then here's a bunch of stupid shit.
Was this... No, never mind, that was...
I don't know.
You didn't even get the question.
Was it?
I got no context.
Well, I
was
trying,
it or wasn't it?
Withdrawn, apparently.
When was it?
It wasn't now.
I was trying to
Was it
remember
then?
this one episode, but then I was like, oh wait, I don't think that was
When will then
Bad
be
Batch.
now?
I think that was the Tales of the Jedi when they did that weird with the rock band.
No, that was the.
That was
Tales of
the-
Jedi. That was the.
Visions.
Visions, yeah, Star Wars
Whatever.
Visions. That was great. I love that little rock band
Apparently,
episode.
they're doing a season 2 of that or something.
Oh yeah, we've known about that.
I'm
But
excited.
it's an
for that.
anthology, so it's like whatever. We're just gonna get a bunch of new random Star Wars themed shit.
Apparently, there's been a couple of those episodes in there are going to get follow-up episodes too.
I'm certain the Ronin's gonna get a follow up. That's
I fucking hope
Yeah.
so. That was good as shit.
Just don't give me the weird twins again.
Oh, that's
No one
definitely-
wants to see the weird
Oh, that's for sure going to get a follow-up just because it was.
Given
so
that that's one of the
fucking
ones they've made actual like merchandise for is the twins, we probably will.
Oh,
I really
100%.
don't want to see the twins again either.
They're totally going to though.
Yeah. I'll probably skip that episode.
It was weird. But again, I don't know. Just the one visual of them cocking the lightsaber, I'm like, all right, it's kind of neat. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and that's not how that works in any way, shape, or form. But the animation for it in motion was pretty neat. All right, I'll give you that.
Well, yeah, the animation for the entire episode is good because the studio that did it is a good anime studio.
But it's
That doesn't make it less fucking stupid.
It's also,
but-
why the fuck did any of this just happen?
Exactly.
Because reasons.
Thank you for that.
Anytime. No problem.
All right, what else did you watch this week, guys?
Well,
I didn't
Peter
watch anything.
can't update us on The Last of Us because he didn't watch it, and then apparently we're mini boycotting the WB. Is that my understanding?
They just fucking suck. That's the main thing. They're just kind of purging all of their creative talent for the sake of tax write-offs.
But yeah, because they're hemorrhaging money.
Yeah.
Well, don't fire Henry Cavill. Stupid.
This happened well before firing Henry Cavill.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's kind of like just the latest thing that's happened because of all of
Yeah,
that.
that's their most recent failing, but they've done a lot of dumb shit in this last year. I did watch the 4th episode, I think. That one was all a flashback about Bill from the game. It was a good episode. It's a terrible adaptation of the content from the game, but it was a good episode.
Because didn't you say like the first episode was a pretty solid adaptation
Yes.
of the game?
And so was the second one. There was minor changes, but it was adapting it pretty much point for point. But the 3rd episode, they took a minor character from the first game called Bill. He was just a fucking psycho survivalist that Joel happened to know. And he disappears after like 10 minutes in the game. He's not in it for very long.
But they
So
gave him
the
a lot
4th
more.
episode is like, let's make him an actual character this time. And it's really good. I like this version of Bill a lot better. It's just also, like, it's obviously couldn't have been a good adaptation of that part of the game because that part of the game is mostly action, which isn't going to translate very well into the show.
Or at least
And
not
Bill
for-
is a fucking terrible fucking character in the game, so it's good to change him to be an actual person now.
If we're gonna spend more time with him, we need to actually he has to have at least some sympathetic spots that we can stand watching him for a little bit.
Exactly. I can never remember the name of the actor, but he played Ron Swanson. Nick Offerman.
Yeah.
He's just playing
Oh
Bill.
shit, I love Nick Offerman.
Yeah, he's fucking great. It's the 4th episode is just all about him, basically.
In all honesty, they might have brought Nick Offerman in just for that role and then liked what he was doing with it and changed whatever character they were to make it more like that, because that's happened in basically every role he's played. Is they're like, we kind of like, we had a direction for it, but we like what you're doing here because it's just
definitely
you.
not that role for Bill. It's a completely different role. I mean, the role that you end up seeing, and just to bring it out, is like he's gay. Or, well, he's
Yeah.
not gay. He ends up turning gay, and the only reason is because, I mean, you got to think about it. Like, a lot of people are pissed off about the episode, but in reality, like, if you haven't seen human contact for 12, 15 years, and then a guy that comes around you like, and you're not going to see another person for the rest of your life, and you happen to like start liking this dude, like, I could see it happening. Like, it's a legitimate thing that in the worst time,
It's prison rules.
yeah, in the worst time of life, if you have no human contact, would human contact be the only thing that you cling to? And it is true, like, it happens. So like in the episode, like, he starts taking care of this guy because he's kind of sick and everything, and then they kind of like get together, and it's a completely different thing. A lot of people didn't like it because, again, like Peter was saying, he's a side character, but overall, like, it wasn't a bad episode. I'm not up in arms about it. It was a good episode in how it was presented, because it was more so like the psychological aspects of someone being alone for 15 plus years during a massive world ending fucking infection, you know? So it's a weird episode, but it ended up like
I don't even think
translating in a different way, I guess.
I don't even think
It
that's
is
the
very
first
good.
time that Nick Offerman's even. I don't even think that's the first time he's played a homosexual character, though.
No, he kissed a dude. So
I do want to throw out, he didn't turn gay. The character of Bill has always been gay. That's the only thing of what you said that was like inaccurate. That was even present in the game. They didn't ever overtly state it because his boyfriend was dead by the time that you run into him in the game. But that was present in there. At least steal some like gay porn from him.
yeah, no, I didn't know that. I just know that, like, in reality, I mean, you're just not, you know, in the story, it sounds like he's like this hardcore conservative guy that's just like this doomsday prepper kind of
Well,
guy,
that's-
you know. And
that was
and
what it
nothing
came
to-
off to me.
yeah, and
But-
nothing to say that you can't be gay and be a doomsday prepper, but at the same time, like it just came off like he was like a right-wing conservative guy, you know, and that's the kind of premise that you got off the show versus anything else.
See, I think where you got like, oh, he was just latching onto any human contact. I was getting something different in that he's been alone for a long ass time and doesn't know if he can trust this motherfucker that he likes.
Oh, yeah. I can also say that. Yeah. I mean, if you understand the context that he was already gay prior to that, then yeah, like, okay,
Yeah.
not a big deal. But at the same time, like, if you didn't know that, you know, and
You could read it the other way. I see what you're
yeah,
saying.
you can see it the other way. But I mean, in reality, both ways still relate similar. I mean, shit, like, who am I to say that 15 years goes by and I have no human contact? The next dude that comes in, like, I just be like, bro, like, you and me now, buddy. You know, who knows? So,
he is
you know,
right that there was a lot of stupid fucking backlash around the episode. A lot of like
there's a lot
pearl
of dumb
clutching shit. It was ridiculous.
Yeah,
There's really no point for it. I mean, it's a fucking show, but I
Aren't
mean,
there
at the same time,
multiple non-heterosexual characters in
The main character of The Last of Us is a lesbian.
Like I said,
Yeah.
aren't there multiple
Yeah.
all throughout the entire thing? I'm like, I don't know why it would be surprising to people that, oh, he's gay. Yeah, actually, if you never
Well,
played the game, understood.
All
Or
right.
why are you so mad about the fact that they're like, oh, we're gonna actually? Well, I guess they were okay with the game because like, well, they didn't give us backstory on his game. We didn't have to see him.
you got
kiss
to
a dude.
think about it that it's not that most people watching this haven't played the game, so they're just seeing a show based off of a show. So when they see it, you know, I mean, you have the crazy right wingers that are just pushing a gay agenda, and then you have the crazy left wingers who are going, "Yay, gay people!" But you know, the moderate people are just like, "Wow, this is very interesting," you know, and it's just kind of whatever. But
As
I
long
mean,
as the writing goods.
it was still
Yeah,
good.
Nobody really.
It was
does
still
care
good.
Normally.
I
It
have
was
not
still
encountered
good.
an episode of this show that I haven't liked so far. Tom, I didn't know you were watching this show.
I've seen bits and parts of it, but they're like a part of it where like Ashley was watching it and I was like watching part of it, and then like I kind of got hooked into it and I was like, oh yeah, and then she was asking me about it and I was like, yeah, like that kind of happens in the game, but that episode, I was like, no, that didn't happen in the game, not at
Oh.
all.
Completely
Like,
different.
Completely different. That's just a adaptation of a TV series. That's all it is. But in the same instance, I mean, if people are looking for, you know, frame by frame game reference in a TV show, you're
Just
not
play
going
the
to get
fucking
that.
game.
Yeah, you're not going to get that. And when you give an adaptation for some TV, it's going to change and there's going to be an artistic direction. But at the same time, like it's following pretty close to the game. I mean, the most recent episode that I kind of saw was like the main protagonist, the lady, whatever her name is, she's like gets humanized on why she's doing what she's doing, and you kind of figure out everything that's going on, you know. So it's just they're trying to humanize the rest of the game and make a world around the game versus just going frame by frame and
Yeah.
making it The Last
So I
of
don't know.
Us.
Do you like this one better than the Halo adaptation?
Well, yeah, because it's
Yeah.
actually adapting the story of The Last of Us.
Yeah, and it's actually making it seem more realistic than just, you know, killing the Master Chief and the Master Chief being a fucking, you know, cadaver in a suit.
I mean, these things
I'm
happen.
still a little upset about that.
Well, I mean, the
That
Halo
meant
show
he was dead
wasn't
in the whole
adapting
suit.
Halo. We talked about this a bunch. It was just kind of using the visuals and name of Halo to do a completely different sci-fi series.
But no, technically he was a vegetable in a can. He was a canned vegetable, not a cadaver.
He's dead by that time. He's probably rotted in the suit.
No. He just
And
just
Cortana
brain-
has probably like let out the juices and stuff, and now it's just a
Let out
skeleton
the
walking around in a
No,
suit.
because she still has to. She still has to use his brain's architecture in order to actually do everything. That was the whole point. Was that she needed the neural network of an actual human brain in order to actually fully be realized. So
No, 'cause
he's
she has
just
control of the
brain
suit,
dead.
right?
He's just brain dead. The suit still has. She still has to actually take care of his human functions, or then Cortana will die. Yeah, it still is really dumb, but he's technically not dead. He's just not he's a vegetable. He's a canned vegetable, man. He is creamed corn up in that motherfucker. He is a green bean. One singular French cut green bean.
Refocusing for the adaptation of The Last of Us.
Thank
Bill is probably the safest choice of a character to change the way they did, on the grounds
Yeah.
that he's only really around for that one level. You don't know what happens to him afterwards, so it's like, yeah, whatever, we can do whatever we want with this character. It's not like it fucking matters.
Which is kind of neat because then they do have some room to play around with what they were trying to show off there. So yeah, like, oh, he is a throwaway character, but if we flesh him out, then we can tell a story that doesn't ruin the game, but we can tell a different story than the frame for frame shit.
Exactly.
Nice.
Duke's
In Bill's ending, it's still kind of one of those like, wow, holy shit kind of things, you know. So it was a sad but good ending, and how he went out. I know best way to say it without spoiling too much shit.
Sad but
Yeah.
satisfying.
Yes.
It paid off at least.
In a way.
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
They didn't just
In a
set it-
way.
They didn't
Well,
just.
so in the game, he just kind of disappears.
Yeah.
They couldn't have the character around anymore because then you have 3 people traveling across the country, and they really wanted it to be Joel and Ellie. So he just doesn't go with them after they run into him in the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's
Bye.
like, well, fuck that. Hey, if it works out, come get me.
deuces.
I'm gonna be right here.
No, he's not that guy. He doesn't want to be a part of society. Like, he's happy to live in his zombie town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat, I guess.
Pretty much. But again, yeah, don't want to spoil too much. This has probably been the best video game adaptation I've seen into media like that.
I agree.
Warner Brothers can go fuck themselves, but if you have to get an HBO Max subscription to see it, you probably should.
Eventually. We'll get there.
Or you just do the thing that people on the internet do with media.
Didn't
Oh, you mean
Netflix
how I
get
watched
rid of
Yes. I'm just implying certain things. I'm not condoning it or supporting it. I'm just implying that there is options. You
And yes,
didn't
so
wanna
Tom,
necessarily-
Netflix did try to get rid of password sharing. There was enough negative backlash that they backed off on that decision.
They're eventually gonna go forward with it. It's
they're
gonna happen.
definitely going to try it, but they seem to be operating off this mindset that all these people who are just password sharing, like the people who have other people's passwords, are like, oh, I'll just pay for it. No, they fucking won't. If they were going to, they already would have been. They're not going to pay
The only
for
reason
it.
I use this is because I don't have to pay for it.
Exactly.
Or they pay their buddy like $2 for freaking the password. And they
Yeah,
all
and so
share
they
it,
actually
you
might
know?
have if you can't password share, the guy's, well, that guy's not supplementing my Netflix account anymore, so I'm not going to continue to use it
Yeah.
because I can
I
afford
mean, that was
it
part
by
of what they
myself.
saw. Is they saw a lot of people starting to cancel their memberships after the new rules started being announced, and they're like, okay, we need to work on this a little more.
Like I said, it's going to happen eventually, though. It's now been delayed again, but it is going to happen eventually. They're going to.
If they do it, it's probably going to be the death of Netflix. Their library is just not strong enough that I think people are going to start subscribing themselves.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
There's not like
maybe,
hit Netflix shows that you just want to go watch all the fucking
I
time.
mean, they have some, but it's like
isn't White Lotus on there?
White Lotus is HBO.
Well, that's
they
HBO.
might have been okay if like they did it when they were still the dominant streaming service.
Yeah, but they're not anymore.
Yeah,
No,
no,
not
there's,
at
too-
all.
there's too
That's
many
what I'm saying.
options
Like
now.
if they had implemented it back then, it would have been fine because everyone would have been used to it by now. But now that like you have so many other options
And specifically, a lot of them are set up
to share,
to share.
I think.
Yeah.
Like no, like even Disney Plus, like it's like, oh, they have the party mode basically where you put it on and it connects to another person on your profile that's not at your house. Like so that's like the whole point of it, so you can watch a movie together, not in the same house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But only one
Yeah.
person's paying for it. So I'm like, yeah, they actually like are diving into that. Netflix is like, no, we need to lock this shit down.
Yeah.
People can't
Because it's not
share.
like they're not making money. Netflix is making money off this. They're just not seeing a rapid rise in profits anymore.
Well, yeah.
So that's why they're freaking out about
they've
it.
stabilized a little bit.
Yeah.
When everyone in the world has your service, now you can't really sell it to anybody else.
Exactly.
But I
They
mean,
need to chill the fuck out and start actually letting shows that are good continue and cancel the fuck out of Big Mouth because that show's terrible.
don't you watch that show?
I like that show. I'm also a big fan of Nick Kroll and John Mulaney. I think they're both hilarious writers.
Yeah, they are, but that show isn't hilarious.
Oh, I will
Gotta
say
love that.
I will say there is portions of that show that I'm like, I don't know why or how they were even able. I know the how is because it's not even cable television, so they can technically do whatever the fuck they want. But mostly the why. Why did you do this? Why did you ever think this was a good idea to do? No, God, why no? But then sometimes you're like, oh, that was fucking hilarious. I get more. Oh, that was fucking hilarious on Big Mouth than I do on like a Family Guy.
Well, yeah, that's because
Family
no
Guys.
one Family Guy's been bad
I'm
for
just saying-
years now.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna cancel one, cancel that one.
But
Cancel
I mean,
The Simpsons. Why did it just get renewed for another 5
At
seasons?
this point, it's just to keep the record of longest running show.
but I mean,
God, how
I
long
think
has?
it goes
Go ahead.
back to like I think we talked about this before, where like, yes, Family Guy is basically Seth MacFarlane's bread and butter, so that he can do the other stuff that he really wants to do. Same thing with Rick and Morty, like.
Well, that's all gonna change now,
that
too,
dude-
That's
so.
gone.
Oh yeah, all of Justin Roiland's shows are
That's
fucked.
gone.
Yeah,
Why? What happened?
What?
it's stuff we talked about last episode.
What? We talked about this.
He's been like arrested. Adult Swim fired him. I'm pretty sure Hulu did the same.
Hulu
Everyone's
did, too.
getting.
He's,
I
Yeah.
don't think we talked about this.
he's off of Solar.
Well, that
Opposites.
didn't happen, but we were talking about how this was probably going to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, he was fired from everything. He was fired from Solar Opposites and Koala Man and like the
Please?
2 other shows he has on Hulu.
Like,
He was
he
fired.
hasn't
from
even
remind
been
me, why was he
convicted yet, but there's
arrested?
enough negative. He tortured
domestic
a woman.
violence. Yeah, kidnapping and domestic violence.
How do I not remember us having this conversation?
We
I
did.
don't know.
Like I remember us talking. Like I remember the portion about us talking about like they just keep doing this so they can do X, Y, and Z. I seriously though do not remember the second part of that conversation.
Well, I think that was a different
It
episode.
was a different episode. No,
Yeah.
just last episode we were talking about.
It
just
was all the confetti.
It was the episode. So we talked about how he was just doing that show so he could work on his other projects, like just before all the Justin Roiland shit came out.
Yeah,
It was actually kind of funny. We recorded
Oh.
that episode, and the next day I started seeing news articles about Justin Roiland being arrested.
What's weird is that it's not Dan
We
Harmon
jinxed
that
it.
got those shows completely ruined. It's Justin Roiland. I
Yeah, it was
was
just
totally
wrong, yeah.
expecting Dan Harmon. I was expecting him to go off the deep end again. And be like, yeah, that makes sense. But Justin, no, right? I didn't realize you were also a crazy person.
Oh,
And
no.
so much evidence came out that it's like, nope, this definitely happened. We're just waiting for them to say it happened.
Oh
But
no.
like I said, I did not realize you
Hey,
were
I think he
also a
even
crazy
got
person.
fired from his like game company.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, no, he got fired from,
Squanch
like-
Games. Yeah,
from,
he's
like-
out.
He got fired from like everything.
Bro.
I mean, they're from what I understand, they've mostly recorded everything for season 7 of Rick and Morty, and they're looking to recast anything for anything else. And there's a lot of people who can do pretty good impersonations, so
'Cause doesn't he do
I
Rick?
doubt that show's gonna suffer.
Because doesn't
But
do
he
Rick
definitely
and
needs
Morty?
to suffer, and a bunch of other characters.
Yeah.
Great. Perfect. Love it. On a random aside, and I don't know why this like just popped in my head, but since we were talking about things that have been on forever, it reminded me of South Park, which for then some reason just reminded me that Casa Bonita is being remodeled.
Yeah, I actually believe they are coinciding the
Okay,
premiere of season
time out.
26.
Casa
with the
Bonita
open
is
of
actually
Casa
a
Bonita.
real place in Colorado. He's been there.
It's a great place. It's awful.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker bought the place out and completely like redid the whole thing and
No,
like
they redid
With the
nothing.
waterfall and everything.
No, they did.
Yes.
They redid absolutely nothing. They completely refurbished and restored to its original construction specifications the entire thing.
With the diving platform and
Oh
the
yeah,
waterfall.
100%. Yeah. Black Bart's Cave is fully renovated. The mariachi show is going. The marionette show works. The wishing well, the lights actually turn on the bottom now again.
Bullshit.
They're actually hiring 300 staff for it, and that's just front of house.
I feel like Tom look at him like he thinks we're making it up.
No, the restaurant holds.
They're not. It's real.
The restaurant holds something like it's between 800 to 1,000 guests at a time.
So one day we're
It's
gonna have
insane.
to take an 8-Bit Cats field trip to Colorado so we can go to Casa Bonita.
And if they make
Casa Bonita.
if they make the food better, it will be worth going. Sopapillas have always been fantastic, but it's cafeteria level Mexican food. It's terrible, but or at least it was.
A friend of mine has been there before. That's what he told me. Is that it's truly awful.
The sopapillas are fucking amazing.
What the fuck
it
is
is
this shit?
It is actually it is a historic landmark in Colorado. It can actually never be torn down.
I just love the fact that Tom, like, legit didn't know that this was a real place. Like, look at him right now.
I went there.
We broke him. We broke Tom.
I literally went there for my birthday party in 3rd grade, just like Kyle did. Okay, I swear to God. I did not have a friend. I did not have a friend lock another friend in a survival bunker and pretend that it was the apocalypse, so I could get to take his spot to go. But I've had multiple birthday parties at Casa Bonita.
Elegant dining rooms.
Yeah, there's multiple themed dining rooms.
Oh my god.
The best part, though, if you can, you want to sit in one of the cabanas so you can talk with the divers as they're climbing up the rocks to dive off. We gave shots to one of the high schoolers working there one night when we were sitting in the cabana.
Oh my god.
God, I can only imagine like these divers
Their kids,
always having to get up there and then dive off and then just constantly dive just to dive.
They're kids from local high school swim teams mostly that are on their swimming and diving teams, so it's great practice for
And all
them.
he's doing
And
is
they
just
get paid-
diving.
and they get paid for it. Generally, it's part of it. They do certain shows. They actually do like the fully diving show, and where they do it's like a 10-minute show where they dive off like 6 different times. Or there's ones where like they're themed and like the trainer has to catch the gorilla, and then the trainer gets shoved off the cliff into the water and dives into the water and stuff like that. And then they run through the restaurant and do stupid shit. It's absolutely I actually think it's more ridiculous than it's made out to be in the South Park episode.
It looks more ridiculous.
Oh, it's
I
insane.
mean, it's like fucking like 2 to 3 stories.
Yes, it's huge. It's absolutely enormous. And it is in the middle of a strip mall. There is actually, the last time I went, there was still a Hollywood Video next to it.
Oh my
That's
god.
how ridiculous the strip mall it is in is.
For those who don't know what Hollywood Video is, that was like the poor man's Blockbuster.
And I'm saying,
That was
if
streaming
there's-
before streaming.
if
You
there's
had to like
fucking-
go and get the videos.
Out of the
bring back
2
to your
people that
house.
watch us regularly, I'm pretty sure they understand what Hollywood Video
I was
is.
trying. Oh, I'm sorry, Drew.
she's doing a bit,
I
Tom.
was doing a bit.
Is it 2 people that watch us regularly? I thought we had the one person.
No, we have.
Stephanie watches the same
And I don't even know if that person
should
does
watch
anymore because I was kind of a dick to him last episode.
We have like 20-something subscribers.
Hey, that's double
Hold on,
digits.
I'm getting Ashley to pull out her Blockbuster card because she still has hers.
She
It
still
counts
has
if
a
like
Blockbuster.
5 of them are us.
Yes.
That's a relic from another time. But yes, it is on the end of actually one of my favorite really dumb, useless facts for you.
Nice. Nice. Does she pull that out for her ID sometimes?
Yeah, it
This
still
may
has
be old
it still
enough.
has her fucking name and everything on it. Like, I
I
mean,
think you could use it at a bar to get a drink. You'd be like, I have a Blockbuster card. I legitimately, yeah, you're good. You're good.
Well, that's like a joke
It's-
on the internet.
You gotta be
still
doing it.
laminated.
I'm just saying. I think you.
And
could,
in good shape. That is
It's
fantastic.
like collector item almost.
I think at some point in time you do need to actually pull that out in a bar and go, will this work? And because I would accept
Wow.
it 100%.
We have an item that's $5,000.
What?
She's like, according to the internet, I could sell that thing for $5,000. I'm
Somebody's
like,
crazy.
what the
Jeez.
fuck?
Somebody's crazy enough to use it. If like in good condition, people are nuts.
Why aren't we selling that thing for
People spend,
$5,000?
Yeah,
I-
don't you have a wedding to plan?
I ate a $250 Oreo on this podcast.
You did. You did actually do that.
When those Pokemon Oreos came out, we had a Mew in our pack, and
Just
people were
super
literally
rare.
selling those online on like eBay
And
for
we
like
ate it.
$250, and we ate that fucking cookie. And you know what? Tasted just like an Oreo.
Yeah. Didn't imagine it was any better than a regular Oreo.
But
But
This fucking Casa Bonita thing's still fucking playing, and I'm just watching this on fucking TikTok. I'm like,
it's
what the
legit.
fuck?
No, like I told you, didn't I say it seats like 800 people.
Yeah, there's like fucking gunfight plays,
Oh, yeah.
diving.
Black Bart
Black Bart's cave.
That Black Bart is one of the characters in their little skits that goes on. That's why he has his cave that he hides out in. Black Bart gets shot on stage like 5 times a night and falls over the waterfall. It's fantastic.
Have you ever been to Ponchos?
No, but I've heard, and yes, it's or if you've ever been to the Magic Time Machine in San Antonio, it's a similar kind of experience.
Ponchos was like a Mexican restaurant here in Houston where like you would go to the table and it would be a buffet, but you could lift a little flag and then you could get like sopapillas and shit. And
just
in
like
this, in Casa Bonita, they have the little flags and everything. And I'm just like,
that's for your sopapillas. Yes, that is for your sopapillas as well. The food is a similar experience to Ponchos. If that's any indication for you.
I have very little memories of that. But I was there when I was a kid. Yeah, and I know that because I played with that fucking flag.
I want more sopapillas.
My parents I didn't even want more food. I was just like, it's a flag. I was very little.
Lift it up, all of a sudden you get sopapillas. Your parents were like, stop! Fucking stop! And you're just like, woo!
Pretty much.
Flag!
The only funny thing about Casa Bonita, it is technically all you can eat. But I have never, ever seen anyone even finish their first meal, let alone go back for more.
You go for the experience and the sopapillas.
100%.
But who knows? Maybe the food will be better now.
I think it will be. But we used to go to Taco Bell, that's across the street from Casa Bonita, before we went to Casa Bonita. So we'd actually eat something and then just go into Casa Bonita and eat a bunch of sopapillas.
Yeah, now I'm just watching them cook sopapillas.
They're fucking good. And apparently they're gonna actually have the sopapilla station back out front again now too, which is great because
this fucking kid has a full mask painted on his fucking face. What the
they
fuck?
Have face painters, balloon artists. There's clowns walking around. It is an experience, Thomas.
It truly looks like it.
It is a full-on vibe.
Holy shit!
All right, 8-Bit Cats field trip to Colorado.
It's utterly ridiculous.
To go to Casa Bonita.
We're just gonna videotape and be like, "Oh, the divers! Look at the divers!"
And I will say, since it is in Colorado, there is a dispensary literally across the street now too, which I think is really going to help their business.
Oh shit!
People might actually eat the food even if it is terrible. They're like, "I'm stoned as fuck. Fuck it, I don't know. Give me more tacos."
Tacos.
Fucking Jesus.
Hilarious.
But yes, Casa Bonita is a real place, and it is just as fun as you think it is.
Ooh, I keep hitting this thing. All right, well, let's talk some Community.
The show? It's been canceled for years.
I think they're getting a movie.
I love that this is going to be Peter's joke every time I say it.
What's that?
So Jake
6 seasons in a movie.
Jake Gilmore 42.
Well, that was spectacular.
Jake Gilmore 42 posted my favorite comment ever.
Okay.
Happy 50 episodes, guys. May you make many, many more great episodes. Seen them all. By the way, the Dick Puppet will be the opening act for Witch Bucket this summer for their summer tour. Can't wait.
Nice.
Solid. I'm just now asking, I wonder if the 42 in Jay Gilmore 42 is like 42 from like Hitchhiker's Guide, or if there's a different significance.
Jay Gilmer, let us know. Now we
I'm
want
intrigued.
to.
I want to know the etymology of your name here.
Too bad this is our last episode.
Yep.
I guess we gotta quit.
We somehow got canceled by WB.
Oh my god, why do you hate me?
I'm just saying, if he actually answers this question, or she, I'm not sure. If they actually answer this question, we'll have to make another episode just to respond to for at least a thank you on that.
I was pretty sure that you were a chick, but let us know your favorite pronouns so we can address you properly, and then let us know what the 42 stands for.
I'm intrigued. Without too much personal information, I just want to know.
We've broken Tom again. That's twice in one episode. Win-win.
I mean, it could have also just been numbers assigned to their username when they signed up. When yours is taken.
Like I said, I want to know the etymology.
Well, what if there is a really cool story? Before
my grandpa was born.
There's already been 41 Jay
42
Gilmers
Nazis
before this. This is the 42nd one. Fuck! I gotta take this one.
So my original email and YouTube username and everything was Sailor Moon Omega. And I've had that email since the 8th grade.
Now
Great
everybody's
story.
gonna harass you.
I mean, they can try. I didn't say what platform it was on, so you know.
Good thing we only have 2 viewers.
It's a platform you wouldn't expect anyone to still be using.
Rude.
Which is AOL.
Why are you so rude?
Could be MSN.
Is it?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Could be Hotmail.
Yeah, it could be.
It's at CompuServe.com.
All you gotta do is you just gotta send a freaking email and CC every single domain you possibly can.
It's that would be Sailor Moon Omega at earthlink.net.
You caught me.
I'm trying to think of
Oh
the
my
oldest
God.
ones I can think of. CompuServe and Earthlink are the oldest ones I can think of.
Earthlink's a good one.
SBC Global.
Oh,
SBC Global, yeah.
Okay, the really sad part on that one is my members at my country club that we run, they have an email address associated with their member account in order to get their billing statements. There are so many at SBC Globals on there. I'm like, how many 70-year-old members do we have here?
So many.
A lot of SBC Globals. I'm like, I'm not even sure what that one is. I did have a CompuServe one for a little while there.
I'm pretty sure
SBC?
SBC Global was just Yahoo.
SBC is Southwestern Bell.
Yeah, that's Southwest
Never
Bell.
mind.
That's like before they were
That was
bought by
before.
AT&T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was before AT&T
Oh.
was a company.
Yeah, Southwestern Bell got bought out by AT&T. God, I feel old.
Yeah, right.
Fuck me.
We
How do
are,
I know this?
Ashley has a Blockbuster card. We are old.
How do I know this?
AT&T also bought out US West and Quest.
Yeah, and Quest. Wow.
Because Quest actually bought out US West, and then AT&T bought out Quest.
God, just the fact that we know what was bought out before internet really became big.
Bro, I remember the internet when it was like...
Hey, I don't know.
I believe you're referring to dial-up.
Yeah, I had an MSN email address when you still had to pay for an MSN email address instead of when it was
Wow.
no Hotmail. Oh yeah,
I've never paid for anything in my
yeah.
life.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
MSN,
saying.
they made you pay for your Hotmail account.
Yeah, that's
Because they had the premier servers.
Yeah, they did actually. In their defense, their mail servers were pretty solid at the beginning.
Yeah, because you get an email like right away.
their mail servers were pretty solid. I'm gonna give them that.
Nowadays, it just takes like a fucking second. You go, "Did you get my email?" And the guy goes, "Hold on." Yeah, I got it.
I mean, I'll be honest, like...
And I can use any one of my 83 free Gmail accounts for that.
The Sailor Moon email I mostly use for like when I'm signing up for bullshit. Because so my toxic habit is I sign up for things for coupons and then never use the coupons.
That's where you just put mytrashemail.com or whatever, and then that's when they send it to those. And then you can just go back to that email and actually like check it out.
Like I said, any one of my 87 free Gmail addresses that I've used to sign up for the same free trial 43 times.
43 times. Yeah. Okay. Well, does anyone else want to share some like toxic traits or embarrassing things before we move on?
Yeah. Embarrassing things.
Go for
I
it.
found 2 gray hairs on my chest hair. I am very upset.
On your chest
Very upset.
hair?
On my chest hair. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, the fuck is this? I was looking, I was like, that's a fucking gray hair. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Did you pluck it?
No, I don't pluck my gray hairs. They grow all here. They grow all up through here. I'm already getting salt and peppered. I'm just like,
You can't tell right now because I have my hair in a ridiculous way and then the headphones, but like if I like straight up pull my hair back, like all right here is getting so gray.
whatever, Paramore.
She's getting a little bit Mr. Fantastic going on here with the gray temp.
I want to see it. Show me. Prove it right now.
What?
Your gray hair. Show it.
Yeah, he wants
Yep.
to see the gray temple.
It may not come through. We're not using the 4K camera tonight.
Is that gray
Kind of.
hair?
It's getting,
just pale ass
it's getting a
skin?
little lighter, but it's more so just like a blonde.
Yeah, it's not really gray.
Yeah, no,
one
Tom's is
of-
pretty
I think
gray.
it's that kind of like lighter blonde, pale
Yeah.
ass skin makes it look white.
As one of my friends like to lie to me, that's just a platinum blonde.
Thanks. We've been calling at work. We're calling it silver. It's our silvers are
Well,
coming
yeah,
in.
lots of people pay extra for that silver hair. I'm just saying.
I get
Yeah,
mine
no,
for
no.
free.
Yeah, no, I got all mine for free. I don't plan on dyeing it or making it any different.
Oh no, I'm
You're
gonna.
not gonna use some just for men touch up.
Fuck no.
I
No, I'm
plan
gonna let the
on-
shit grow out.
I plan on chopping this all off, and then dyeing my hair
Dyeing it what?
red,
It's already red.
Yeah, that's the color you always pick.
like
Yeah,
red,
what-
red.
You should pick snot green. It would be hilarious.
Well, snot green is not appropriate for my job, so
And you think red's gonna be?
Purple.
yeah, because red is a naturally occurring color.
Not that color.
Not
Fuck
the
jobs
red that you're
don't let
talking
you dye
about.
your
I'm
hair
not talking.
weird colors.
I'm not
That's
talking about
fucking
like
stupid.
fire engine red. I'm talking about like strawberry auburn red.
That's what you already have.
This is not really. This is
No, that's pretty much what you already have.
like real brown. This is like mousy
It's not brown. No. This is brown. This is brown.
This is,
Okay.
How is this red?
This is devolved.
This is
so
brown.
This is our
far.
weirdest
He has-
episode yet.
This is
You have so Peter has like a dark brown, like almost like
This
black
is like
hair.
our health and fitness episode over here, Peter. I don't know what's
Zach
going
has
on
like
here.
a brownish blonde, and you have a red.
okay. Like,
That's red.
this.
Stephanie,
red-
you have
this,
red hair.
This
No,
was
the stuff in the
dyed.
roots
That's your
is what she's
ombre.
talking about.
That's your ombre.
This is not red.
It's red.
That's
It-
not red.
It's really not. I don't
It
know.
wouldn't be red if you hadn't dyed the tips. Like, because you still have dyed red hair, it all comes off red.
No, it's still a little red. Still have red tint.
She is a secret ginger.
Yeah, she has that
Well,
Irish
it's
hair.
true. Like if I actually went out and sat in the sun for long periods of time, like my hair would naturally turn a really pretty strawberry blonde. But I can't be in the sun for that long because skin cancer.
No, you're just really pale and you'll burn.
You're a secret
No.
ginger.
You'll cook like a fucking chicken.
Skin cancer.
HIPAA, stop letting your freaking medical stuff out. Damn.
She's just looking for those
Dang.
Patreon points to help support her.
First of all, HIPAA only
I
applies.
got cancer.
Oh my god.
She's not a
Donate to my
doctor.
Patreon.
You can give out your own personal information. You just can't give out somebody else's.
Yeah, and like if you oh I have a doctor's appointment, like it also like prevents like your job from being like, why do you need to go to
For
the
what?
doctors?
Yeah.
If you give that information willingly, that doesn't violate HIPAA.
Because I really enjoy prostate exams. I get one
Your
once a
job,
week. That's why
because
I'm there.
HR wise, if your job sits there and says, "Why do you need to go to the doctors?" You can literally stare them in the face and go, "It's none of your fucking business. I have to go to the doctors,"
I actually-
and they have no right to fire you.
I know.
And you have to look at them and sit there and
Actually-
say, "Go fuck yourself."
Tom, I believe if you said it's none of your fucking business or go fuck yourself, they could because there's different statutes that come into play there. There's
No, because what they all
no,
that
they'd
you
fire
need.
you for cussing at them, not for...
Well, yeah, but all
Yeah,
you can
that's
sit
what
there
I'm
and say,
saying.
"I don't have to tell you."
You-
I'd be like, "I don't have to tell you. I'm going to the doctors."
Yeah,
All
like
you
I
have to
said,
do
you
is
know what I
bring
mean?
a proof that you went to the doctors.
Well,
that's
that's
it.
I know.
And the doctor's note all has to say just they
went
visited
to
at this time.
doctors. Oh, yes.
That's it. You don't have to freaking go any further. Nothing like that. This is just truly HIPAA. Like you can't freaking tell anybody. You don't have to tell them that you had that. You don't have to tell them why you went to the doctors. I don't even have to tell them, like, say if I got COVID, like just for God's sakes, if I got COVID and I went and had to go to the doctor, I don't have to tell them that. I don't tell them at all. I just go, I went to the doctors. And then if they go, why are you absent for a week? I go, because I got COVID.
Here's my excuse note.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, I got COVID because that's why I'm out for a week because I want you to pay me. But if you're not going to get paid, you just say I'm sick, and the doctor said I have to be out for a week. You don't have to say anything else. You don't have to tell anybody.
Life hacks with Tom.
Yeah,
All right.
this is Manager Tom. Manager Tom knows a lot about HR HIPAA stuff, so don't
Put
worry
your
about
shit
that.
close to your vest, motherfuckers.
I never asked any employee why they went to the doctor. I just go, I just need a doctor's note. That's all I need. Just tell me that you
I need a
You
note
went.
that said you were at the doctor's.
That's it. Do you know your HR department can't even call the doctors?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm aware.
Yeah, they can't even call. They just have to take your note and go, okay. So yes, you can doctor your own doctor's note. Just life hacks.
You're just gonna have to buy a fax
This
machine.
has just been a really weird
That's a weird life hack.
Recording.
Get out of work by buying a fax machine and learning how to send faxes from your doctor's office to, or from what looks like your doctor's office to your work.
Who
I'm not gonna lie.
faxes anything? They would email it.
No,
They
I'm
would
just saying,
fax
No,
if you
doctors
faxed
might.
it, I would 100% believe it, though. If I actually got a fax came in from anything looking like a doctor's office, I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's real. That's for sure. If anybody
I'm not
spent the
gonna-
time to fax it, they're legit.
I'm not gonna lie. I've actually been asked to doctor a lot of doctor's notes, and I could take old doctor's notes and transpose a lot of stuff over, and it looks like a legit doctor's note.
Thomas. Well, DM Tom if you need a doctor's note, I guess.
yeah, I'll be able to doctor your note. Just let me know. Just send it to the 8bix Cats email, and we'll make it happen.
What's your Cash App,
No.
Tom? What's your Cash App?
Don't send it to the Big Cat's email. Subscribe to our Patreon, and then
Yeah, I'll just send a direct
Subscribe
message
to the
through PayPal.
Patreon, and that'll be a service I provide.
For your $5 donation, Tom will doctor your doctor's
I
note.
will doctor your notes. It's just for a $5 donation.
We're really hawking it now. All right, okay. Let's get to the bits. Oh, Lord.
extra bits.
Sure.
Peter.
I felt like we just need to move on.
The Harley Quinn show is doing a special for Valentine's Day. It comes out in 2 days. This episode will probably be out by then. So it comes out on February 9th.
Yes, this should be coming out on February 9th.
This episode, or
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so go watch that instead of this episode. You've wasted a lot of time here. I'm so ashamed of you.
Jesus.
Hey, we're all friends here, and anybody who's watching is a friend of mine. So there you go. You get to enjoy this conversation.
I'm sorry you're a friend of Tom. It's a rough incident, I know.
Speaking of downers, Thomas.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. Mine isn't really. It's a downer, but it's not a downer. Okay, so you know the Idaho killer who killed like 4 people, or accused
Yeah.
of killing 4 people. So I can't legally say
he's
that.
accused,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's accused of killing 4 people. Apparently, there's already a woman who's sending love letters to him, and then Professor Love all over freaking the internet with a 2,800 word paragraph on how she loves this man and why. Because he's a Scorpio, that she loves him, and how things are doing whatever. Yeah, the craziest fucking thing. Why? Sorry, Stephanie. Why you women all decide that serial killers are the ones to go after completely blows my mind. I haven't heard of a
Sir.
man sending a woman serial killer any notes.
First of all, the problem with that
Here,
is
look it up.
that is a skewed statistic.
Well, so you are wrong because Jeffrey Dahmer, but
But Jeffrey Dahmer sent what?
No.
Like letters?
a lot of men sent letters to Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
I'm talking about men who sent letters to like women serial killers.
No, first of all, it does happen. The problem is the statistics are skewed because there's just fewer women serial killers that are caught. There are definitely more female serial killers. They're just way better at it than the dude serial killers. The dude serial killers get caught because it's all about sex and something weird. There's a lot more mass murderers that are definitely women out there that we have no idea it's even happening. I fucking guarantee this. This is the hill I will die
mean, the
on.
only reason they get caught is because they bite somebody's, downstairs off or something, and that's why someone's like, "Whoa,
The
like
dude does
that
something
woman is
stu-
crazy."
Yeah, I'm telling you, yes, that's the really, really crazy ones get caught.
I'm just gonna say the woman that is writing this man letters,
She's crazy.
she looks crazy.
Yeah.
She looks like just that type. She's just staring at like.
But I guarantee that I don't think they have to be serial killers. I guarantee there's just plenty of women inmates that some dude's like, I'll simp for you.
You're not
mean,
gonna get anything out of it.
Yeah.
None of them's gonna get the most they would ever possibly get out of this is murdered.
No, her legit thing is that he is the perfect man. And the fact that she thinks that he would never do that to her because they are of like mind and she would have supported him in the right ways for him not to commit those crimes. That's how she's making it sound.
That's why she needs to get pregnant by him and raise his child so that she can show that it could be okay.
Or they become a serial killer couple.
Then they get caught because that's how you get caught.
Yeah,
Well, that's
you
how
got-
he
The more
gets
peop-
caught.
the
She
more-
can just skip town.
No, because the more you kill people and the more you're doing it together, the more someone's liable to fuck up.
It always happens.
You're only in control of yourself. So if you can control yourself the entire time, you're usually pretty good. But your likelihood of making a mistake is pretty high. I mean, shit. The guy who accused of killing people in Idaho, he left a freaking knife sheath
Yeah,
with his DNA on it,
the more
and then they
peop-
caught
the
him
more
with
people you
freaking
kill
trash.
And the more people that are involved in the crime, the easier it is to get caught.
Zachary.
All right, mine's actually a lot lighter. I think I know at least Tom, you're probably familiar. Who here is familiar with the musical stylings of ELO, Electric Light Orchestra?
Negative Ghost Rider.
You are, Stephanie. You've listened to their album in the car.
Okay.
I've made you.
I've made you listen to them.
Well, I didn't make you, but it was on the CD.
Why
that
don't
was
you
in my car.
remember?
But do you know the song "Mr. Blue Sky," Tom?
No,
No.
at least not the title.
You don't. You do. It was the song that played in the opening of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It plays all the time in movies.
Yeah, it's a very.
Oh.
It's become a very popular song to use in movie soundtracks now. Within the last couple of years, it's really hit this thing. But it's a classic rock band from the '70s that literally they're the Electric Light Orchestra because they have electric cellos in their band.
Right.
They're pretty good. They're pretty interesting. They have some really good ones. "Mr. Blue Sky" is one of the most famous songs. But I don't know if you know the way it ends. My bit is that I have been hearing the last lyrics to this song wrong my entire life.
Okay.
Because I always thought at the end of it, it's like this weird ethereal kind of voice, and it sounds like it says, "He's Mr. Blue Sky," and then kind of fades away. No, apparently that has been saying this entire time, "Please turn me over," because that was the original end of the first side of the album, and it was telling you to literally turn the record over and play the next side. And I'm like, I saw an article on this. I'm like, no, that's fucking bullshit. That doesn't even make any sense. Went out and got it on Spotify, listened to it, and sure enough, it says that. And I'm like, well, that's weird. So I went over to my record player and got out my copy of the album that song is on and played it. And it 100% says it, and then it goes directly to static, and then my controller went up, and I'm like, yeah. So yeah, it blew. I've been listening to that song wrong for 30 years, and it really messed me up, honestly, in a weird way today.
As you could tell, that the most recent song that I've always fucked up was "Blister in the Sun" by the Violent Femmes.
No, what did you
You know.
fuck up on that one?
"Twister in the Sun."
Oh,
That's what I'd hear all the time, and I'd sing it that way all the time. And then someone's like, "It's not Twister in the Sun, it's Blister in the Sun." I'm like,
are you sure?
"Is it?"
Is it?
It's like, all right, is it? It's like the title of the song is "Blister in the Sun." I'm like, "Is it? I didn't know that. I just sing the song." And then I was like, "Let me see." And then I look it up, and I'm like, "Oh."
I will say I feel better about this one because I have that issue all the time, and I mishear the song lyrics, and I've sang it wrong for years. But I'm not the only one that's having the issue on this song. So I'm like, it's like most people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And no, apparently, yeah, it said that the whole time. But yeah, no, I've fucked up so many song lyrics that I'm like, "That's the words, aren't they?" I'm like, that makes no sense. I'm like, oh, I thought so. I thought it was weird. I was just singing the words. There's a weird country music song called "I Want to Know How Forever Feels," and for the longest time, I could have swore that the lyrics were "I want to know how the river feels," and I'm like, this song makes no fucking sense, but it's really catchy. Like, what does it mean how the river feels? Like I'm like, I was trying to come up with some like poetic shit and like infer, and I'm like, what would the middle school English teacher in me say about this song? What does the river feels means? I just don't get it. And then I finally like saw that. I'm like, oh, it's forever. That kind of makes a lot more fucking sense. Okay, yeah, I get it now. All right.
My ex used to fuck up Taylor Swift's "Blank Space." There's a line that's like, guys don't like it unless it's torture or something. And he's like, he thought that it was saying something about Georgia, and I was like,
The line
That's
is
not even fucking.
the line is guys only want love if it's torture.
Yeah.
Don't say I didn't. Say I didn't warn you.
And he's like, yeah, and he thought he was saying guys don't love unless it's Georgia. And I was like, how does that even make any sense? Like,
Because that's where she's from,
she's
right?
No,
she's from Pennsylvania.
I'm gonna say.
Not even close.
I'm gonna say it's because all the guys want to eat that peach. If you know what I mean?
No, I'm pretty sure he was just
I quit.
dumb.
There it is.
So,
Got it.
I'm done.
Finally made Peter quit. Got him.
speaking of Taylor Swift, her new Lavender Haze video just came out recently.
There's a song called Witch Bucket.
No, it's called Lavender Haze, but I think you can carry some
I
Lavender
don't
Haze.
give a shit.
This is crap. Taylor Swift needs to make a song called Witch Bucket, goddammit.
Lavender Haze just feels.
Glad I'm not the only one anymore.
Taylor Swift, if you ever hear this, please make a song called Witch
It was
Bucket.
just me. I'm a psychopath, but now there's others.
It's a movement.
And with that, of course, some Swiftie came out with how you can make the Lavender Haze drink at Starbucks. And so apparently it's iced passion tea, soy milk, and 6 pumps of vanilla. And it'll give you the nice, pretty, purpley, lavendery color. And then it's sweet, like haze, I guess. I don't know.
Does it even have any coffee in it?
No, it's a tea.
Well, fuck that. I want some caffeine, motherfuckers.
Anyway. And then my last bit is I have a video that I actually sent to Tom's lovely lady friend. It's a cat, and he's staring at a candle, and it has the
cat looks a lot like that.
Brody. And it has the Lord of the Rings music playing, and so it's like real like menacing.
It's really like Frodo looking into the fire.
It's staring at a freaking flame, and it's like.
Yes.
The cat is just like slowly zooming into the cat's face, just like.
And the cat looks like so evil. He's like.
I think that rendition of that was just bad enough, Tom, that we can get away with it.
We probably can't, actually.
It sounded parody for sure. I think you're
It's
okay.
definitely parody, and it only lasted like 2 seconds, so it's fine.
I think we're cool.
It's all good. It's all good.
Well, wait, who has Lord of the Rings?
Not Amazon. Not that part. They don't have the rights to that specifically.
For those, isn't that Warner Brothers?
Maybe.
Because they.
God, I
They
hope
will
Warner
grab
Brothers
you for
copyrights
music.
this.
Because I think they.
Please copyright us, Warner Brothers.
That would be
I
great.
think it was technically New Line, and I think Warner Brothers owns New Line now.
Quick, Peter.
If they do, I can get mad at them. Like, we can say it was because I was talking mad shit.
Oh shit, we'll sue them.
No, all I'm gonna say is if they copyright us, I'm gonna say, "Damn, my rendition was fucking perfect."
Obviously, you nailed it, Tom.
I nailed it.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. What's the
Warner
answer?
Brothers.
Warner Brothers.
It's Warner Brothers.
I hope they copyright it.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. But yes, then we would definitely sue them for discrimination because it was just because obviously they were just doing it because we had talked bad about them in this episode.
It's like when we talked about in like one of the early
Make sure you
episodes when
archive
they
this one.
when they you gotta archive it when they copyrighted the Meat Cannon's Bug Bunny freaking thing with Elmer Fudd when he was like about to grape armor like Elmer Fudd. But yeah, in the very early episodes we talked about a Meat Cannon episode where he drew
was-
Bugs Bunny.
That was I'm pretty sure that was a Patreon exclusive.
No, we had to have actually talked about it.
No, I got a copy. No, because it's only posted on Patreon, so
Yeah.
it's basically behind a paywall.
Damn it.
No, we got fucking. You know what we got fucking copyrighted for? Back in the early days, I used to put like when we were talking about certain things, I used to put like little screen grabs up and like little trailers without volume or anything. Netflix fucking copyrighted us when I put up a trailer of the new Princess of Power of She-Ra. Dead serious.
Netflix
for
Dead
She-Ra?
fucking serious.
Nice.
Why didn't we
Wait,
just?
but
Why don't we
Netflix
just-
doesn't own that. DreamWorks does.
Yeah, but wasn't it on Netflix?
It was on Netflix at the time.
That's
Yeah.
true. It still is, I think.
Yeah, so
Why did-
I think it's like the only reason I still have a Netflix account.
Why don't we attempt to try and get copyrighted all the fucking time just for shits and giggles?
Because they could permanently delete our channel. But
That, and then like I have to like go in and re-edit, and it's just annoying because otherwise I
it's bad to get copyright claimed. Like,
yeah.
Next
Basically,
episode, we're just getting full copyright from everybody we possibly can just in one episode.
we're just gonna become one of those YouTube channels that uploads full shows for no reason.
well,
Not even that, just the most shittiest renditions of everything we possibly can make.
Just doing the whole,
Well, the funny thing-
all of the voices and music for Lord of the Rings, but just by himself.
Well, the funny thing about that one is, again, there was no volume. They copyrighted it purely on
They can grab you for visuals too.
visual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be the volume. The reason I mentioned the Warner Brothers things when we were talking about the Lord of the Rings song is that they have a penchant for specifically going after music getting used.
Well, they can suck a dead man's pinky toe.
Because they noticed people using a lot of like Lord of the Rings and fucking Harry Potter music in the background for a long time, so they just like none of that shit.
Rude.
Rude.
Well, let me try again. Ba-da, ba-da-da-da-da.
It just sounded like you were saying banana, but purely.
You sounded like an awkward minion there.
That's what I tried to do.
Okay. Well, in that case, the 8-Bit Cat Show usually comes out on Fridays.
We won't this time though, because this is our last episode. We've been canceled. Goodbye.
We've been copyrighted strike too many times.
No, this one has to come out. Or else they won't know that we've been canceled. So
But I
this
love
one
you.
has to come out.
But I love you.
Well, if you do like what we do, be
Love
sure to
me.
like and subscribe. Listen to
Love
Brody
me.
cry.
Bro,
Oh my god.
I love you. Oh my god.
He said no. Zachary, if people
That cat was
like us,
rude,
what
man.
should they do?
Oh, it's my. I have to do this again?
Yeah.
Well, we got stuff on Facebook and Instagram
What else?
and TikTok
Grinder.
and
I like Grindr.
YouTube. We're sure on YouTube.
We're on OnlyFans.
Are we on OnlyFans?
On Audible.
We're
That's not a joke. We are on
We are
Audible.
on
We are
Audible.
on Audible.
We actually are on Audible.
It should be set up now where wherever you get your podcasting, you can get us. Definitely like support us on Patreon so you can get exclusives. For example, Twitch is now up and running, and you can get a full look at our first attempt at Twitch for being a Patreon member.
Oh, it's mostly just a train wreck. But you might
Horrible.
if you enjoy train wreck.
It's the greatest train
It's-
wreck you will ever see.
I cut
Yeah,
it
to give
halfway
you-
through.
To give you a preview, this is what it looks like.
But with the Lego Star Wars music in the background the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Which will be copyrighted.
Yeah.
If we posted it to YouTube, yeah, it would be.
But,
you actually have to be careful with Twitch too, because they will shut down streams if you've got music that's copyrighted playing too
Yeah,
loud.
we'll be fine.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm aware. I've already read the terms and conditions.
We'll just talk over it. We're
Sounds like it didn't go well for you.
It was our test run. We know that we can get the Xbox to work, but PlayStation 5 is a little bitch. So
You know, PlayStation can stream through Twitch through its own architecture, right?
yeah, but then
Yeah,
you
but-
can't do video of yourself.
You don't get a little video of
Yeah, you
yourself.
can. You just have to hook up a camera to it.
Well, how do I do
You
that?
get a USB camera.
You get a USB camera.
But we're also on Patreon where you can see some of these ridiculous things that we do around things, before things. You know, we had some dumb stuff that we had before today that Stephanie's probably going to throw on there too, which I recommend looking at that too, just because it got weird. It's funny though. But yeah, all of the things. Like,
And-
subscribe, do them.
And next week, we won't have an official episode, but you can catch us on our special Valentine's Day stream. So strap in with your honey bunnies because we're going to do some ridiculous, I don't know what we're going to do yet, but it's going to be something and it's going to be amazing for Valentine's Day. So until next time, my friends, geek out, be fabulous, and have fun.
You know, this shirt's perfect for Valentine's Day.
Are you getting stir crazy at home? Does this look like you on a daily basis? Patiently waiting to catch your laser? How about you watch us on YouTube at 8-Bit Cats? Because we'll take away your boredom and you won't be like this cat, patiently waiting. Get it, Patches.